issues in science, health, culture, and politics with thought leaders and innovators like Ibram X. Kendi, Audie Cornish, Eric Holder, John Quillen Hill, Andrew Yang, and more. April 29th to May 6th at the Amazon Meeting Center in downtown Seattle. It's the Crosscut Ideas Festival, where curiosity and discovery connect. Get your tickets at crosscut.com/festival.
Hello, listener. What's important to you about what's going on in your community? Are you interested? Are you concerned? In any case, I invite you to tune into my show, Seattle Here and Now, on Rainier Avenue Radio World. Why? I will be covering a wide range of topics important to you and impacting the community. Each show will have a special guest or guests to share with you information on a variety of subjects that are happening here and now in Seattle. I promise I will work hard to make my show informative, interesting, and entertaining. Be sure to listen to Seattle Here and Now on Rainier Avenue Radio World.
This is Brenda Charles Edwards, host of Seniors Matter. Join me every week to get information on activities and issues that impact the lives of older adults and their families. That's Seniors Matter every week on Rainier Avenue Radio.
Generational wealth. Generational wealth. Generational wealth. What is generational wealth? We asked our communities, and this is what they had to say.
Black generational wealth. For a long time, that's been a dream that needs to see reality. For hundreds of years, Black people have been in the United States and have suffered for it. We've built this country, but have not yet really seen the dream come alive and what that means for Black people and people of color. This is going to take some time and some work and a lot of sacrifice. So people of color have always done that. And so it won't be any different. You don't need to do it alone, and you don't need to do it alone, because this is a community work project. It's going to take some rigor. It'll take a change in mindset for individuals and the community and the nation at large. This won't be simple, but that's okay. Nothing that's good or worthwhile is ever really simple.
This campaign to create awareness to generational wealth is brought to you by the Department of Neighborhood's Generational Wealth Initiative, the Washington Housing Finance Commission, and Rainier Avenue Radio World.
You're listening to Rainier Avenue Radio World. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram, Rainier Avenue Radio World, and on Twitter at Rainier Av Radio.
Welcome to Real Estate and Money, a half-hour program on Rainier Avenue Radio World designed to help you whether you're a buyer, seller, investor, or renter in real estate. Your hosts are two local professionals who will escort you on your journey. Violeta Strash, who has years of media advertising and marketing experience and brings this extensive knowledge to John L. Scott Real Estate and all our clients. And Tina Lombard, who is a mortgage loan originator with guaranteed rate affinity, with over 28 years of experience. And now here's Violeta and Tina.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Great. Can you guys hear me? Yes. Can you hear them, Daniel? Great. Well, I'm not quite sure if we can hear, but you guys are muted. You guys are muted. So go ahead and unmute yourself and you can get in. There you go. But welcome to today's show, everyone. We've got some highlights for you. We're talking about some mortgage updates. We're also talking about some real estate updates. But yeah, so it says that you're muted. So if you look at the bottom of the screen, at the very, very bottom, it should say mute, stop camera settings. And so right there, you just want to hit unmute. But can you get it now? There you go.
Okay. It's
great.
It's going to happen there, right?
Great. Yes. Hi, Patrick. Hi, Violeta.
Hi. Yeah, I pulled this guy out from the streets.
Okay.
I was doing a little work out there, so I said, come in and take a break and chat with us.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So anyways, welcome to the show, everybody. I know it's supposed to be spring, but we're expecting 0 to 48 inches of snow here tonight here in Denver. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but yes, indeed. Yes.
Yeah, you had a blizzard on Friday, right?
Yes.
Snow Friday.
You can look outside, but yeah, it's snowing like crazy. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So anyways, I'm sure you guys got better news where you're at. So tell me a little bit about what you got, V.
Yes, I've got some market updates for everyone today. Here we are talking about inventory counts, and we'll start with King County as usual. The residential market was active last week. We had 397 homes get on the market and listed, but 352 sold at an average price of $1,163,000. A little bit down from last year, which averaged at $1,133,000. In March, days on the market, last year we had 11 days versus 23 days this year. Percent to the list price, we were up 7% last year and only 2% up from average this year. For showings per listing, we had 16 showings per listing last year and only 7 this year. And that means people are getting out there making offers real quick. And it's heating up again, Tina, in this market. Sales to pending in King County, we were at 22 last year, only took 15 showings to go to pending this year in King County. And then in Pierce County, we had 146 homes active, sold 165 last week at an average price of $230,000, down from last year, actually up from last year, which was 608 last year. Days on the market, 13 days on the market in March versus 25 this year. Percent to list price, 4% up last year and only 1% higher than list price this year. So, showings per listing, 11 showings last year, and this year we're down 6. Again, moving a little faster than last year. Sales to showings to pending, 17 showings versus 14 this year. And I think people have gotten used to the fact that last year was so crazy at this time. And so they're used to the frenzy. And right now in the $500,000 to $750,000 range, we're looking at an extreme frenzy. There's so much going on. There's multiple offers. A lot of different escalation clauses are coming back into play. People waiving low appraisals, that kind of thing. It's crazy once again. And then last but not least, in Snohomish County, we had 140 listings last week, sold 123, an average price of $831,000. Last year, it was 825, so pretty close, pretty even. Days on the market last March, 12 versus 21 days this year. And then we had 8% higher than the average price last year and 2.5% higher this year. Showings to listing, 19 showings versus 9 this March. And showings to pending, to get to pending, 26 last year versus 18 this year. So again, we are not wanting to sit around and wait, because now the spring market is getting blown up. And Tina knows, she's hammering out a ton of applications and getting people through the process. And I am having a hard time finding homes for people because there's not a lot of inventory out there. And if there is, again, multiple offers again is coming into play. And a lot of things happening in the market. Very, very active here in Seattle. So there you have it. Right, Patrick? You see it being active?
I see a lot of people looking for homes. And like you said, inventory is kind of stingy in certain places. And the price, I think it's the dollar amount that people are looking for. So it's kind of a different market right now.
So how about mortgages, Tina?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked. Let's look at the mortgage rates really quick. We got some mortgage rates, and they're kind of hovering around the same, but Daniel's going to pull it up for us really quick here. So the 30-year mortgage is at an average interest rate of 6.35 and an average APR of 6.436. The 15 year is at 5.52. The 5-year ARM is at 6%, and the 7-year ARM is at 6.439 with an APR of 7.243. So the interest rates actually, if you can see, they're going up, they're going down, but they're still kind of hovering and settling right around 6.875, right at 7%. So as interest rates go like this, they're not going to go straight down like that. Interest rates always move They're like breakdancing. Remember we used to breakdance, But I mean, they're like, they'll go to 7.1 and then they'll go to 7.8 and 7.1. So it just depends on how many people are making applications. So so right now, 6.375 on a 30-year fix, which is a lot dramatically, it's much dramatically lower than it was 2 weeks ago, where we were looking at 7.124. So so look at that. Now, really quick, I've got another screen for you. I sent that, Daniel. It's the News Nation screen here. So as of May 1st, there is a program that's coming out where home buyers with good credit are actually going to be paying higher mortgage rates. Okay. So I'll say that again. People with higher credit scores are going to be paying higher mortgage rates. And those with lower credit scores are going to be having less rates and less fees. And so if you want to scroll down just a little bit, Daniel, there, it talks a little bit about it. There's some wording there that it talks about. Right there. We'll stay right there. And it says here in this thing, it says Chicago News Nation, as part of the Federal Housing Finance Agency's push for affordable housing, home buyers with good credit will soon have to pay higher mortgage rates and fees to subsidize people with riskier credit ratings, according to a report by the Washington Times. A new federal rule enforced by the Biden administration will make it so that people looking to buy a home with a credit score of 680 or higher will have to pay about $40 per month more than people with worse credit. Okay, so you're perfectly welcome to look this up. I won't read the whole article. Thank you so much for showing that, Daniel. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want people to think, hey, I've got an 800 score. Why are you charging me more money? Well, this is something that's coming through. It's going to take effect May 1st. We're not seeing a lot of the changes here in our mortgage side. We're not getting prepared for that or anything. I think it's a way to get people who are sitting on the fence, who are the 650s and the 660s, to get more attention on them, and for those people to apply, and for those people to have more of an equal footing with people who've got higher credit. So it's going to be very interesting how these things pan out. I know I foresee a lot of angry clients at a 790 score or 804 screaming at me, why am I paying more from somebody that's at a 650? I don't know. Okay. But a lot of realtors, you'll see on TikTok, you'll see it on Instagram, you see it everywhere. A lot of realtors are talking about, the things are going to change. The rates and the prices are going to change May 1st. So I don't want you to get scared because it's going to take effect, but maybe not so fast. You may not even notice it. So please don't get scared. Don't get scared that you've got good credit, so you're going to be discriminated against or anything like that, and you're going to have to pay more in fees. But that, Violeta, is the word out on the street. So many people are talking about, people with good credit are going to have to be paying more. So it's not going to be as dramatic, and it's not to be unfair, but it's just to incent people who have been denied credit before, to give them an opportunity to get more housing. So that's all I have. Mm-hmm.
Don't get scared, because who are you going to call? Call Tina.
Yes, don't get scared.
Don't call me.
I took maybe 10 applications since last Thursday. It's just been on fire. It's been on fire. People don't really care about rates right now. Now they're figuring out the houses are still going up, just like as evidenced with your market report, Violeta. Houses are still going up. It's still appreciating. It's still a very good market. The incomes in Seattle, Washington are sustaining the growth in value for those houses. So don't be scared. Go and buy a house. I'm going to get a t-shirt that says, don't be scared. Go and buy a house.
It's our new motto.
Yes. But Patrick, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's going on in your world?
Yeah. So, I mean, in the construction business, there is still people out there, they're fixing up their homes. And I've been seeing a little bit more of the sellers doing more for their house before they put it on the market. So I've been doing estimates for sellers, either wanting to know what they're in for if someone negotiates on a roof when they come in. So the industry is still moving. We're still putting on roofs. I can tell you, I told Violeta that my recommendation for buyers is to request to pick the contractor if they can to put the roof on. If the seller's willing to work with them on that, it really does allow value add for that buyer, because they're going to live in that house. The seller's leaving. So my recommendation to people who's calling me to go do an estimate for a house they're looking at buying is, make sure you choose the contractor. I'm not saying that everybody's going to just choose the cheapest roof to do if you're selling, but that's kind of by nature. They just want to make the most amount of money on a house. So, but if your interest is in the buyer, have the buyer decide what they want and the quality of install. So, and there is also a race to the bottom right now. I'm saying a lot of contractors are trying to just keep their guys busy through the transition. And so you may get a contractor that's going to give you the cheapest price, but they may not give you the best quality.
That's
So
it. That's it.
Yeah.
So just really quick before we go into our break, so Violeta is talking about how the houses are continuing to sell like crazy, and I'm telling you now it's a good time to buy. So on your side of things, do you hear people squawking about interest rates or anything, or do they just say, "Hey, listen, I want the house. Can you fix it?"
Yeah, I can tell you that people are negotiating still. So they're leveraging me. I go out and I give them you need a new roof. So a buyer, the sellers are not in a super awesome position like they were months ago. Well, I'm just going to sell it. So there is a little bit of a negotiation in that process, but I don't think it's to the point where the buyers have ultimate say in the purchases. So the market is, I think we're insulated. I believe that Washington State is very insulated with the industries we have. So we're not going to see a huge drop like you would see in other states that don't have the industries we have.
Exactly. That's very good. That's very good. But so V, I think we're ready for the break.
Yep.
Okay. So
Let's
stay
go,
tuned.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Tune in to Real Estate and Money every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3 here on Rainier Avenue Radio .world. Join your hosts Violeta Strash with John L. Scott Kent North and Tina Lombard with Guaranteed Rate of Interest. They'll help you navigate the waters of our homes real estate market and offer you some guidance on how to make your partner
I think we were right on.
learn about current trends
Because I can see it right there.
and have fun
I'm using
interacting
this to
with
see
about
us.
your home.
Yeah, what people are seeing.
Real
But our
estate
background looked kind of crooked, I guess.
Well, your background looks fine, but you have Violeta Strash left and Patrick Santiago right. So just in case you didn't know, right at the bottom.
Oh, the words are swapped. Well,
Thanks, Daniel.
have Daniel switch it.
but no, so so I'm so Patrick, when V told me that you were going to be on the show, this is very exciting. It's just because right now we're going from winter into spring, so this is probably going to be our last snowfall. But now we have to start thinking about the gutters, the landscaping, the roof, all the stuff that we had to ignore during the winter, all the beating that we've taken. Now is time to get going with our houses. So tell us really quickly, what are some of the things coming out of spring, just for general maintenance? What are some of the things home buyers should probably look at and getting done?
Absolutely. I think, well, it's funny you ask, because I've been to several calls this past week where they thought their gutters were leaking, but they were clogged and they were kind of pushing the water through the little elbow. So people don't realize their gutters are clogged just because of the fall leaves and things and the pine needles and pine cones. So I climbed up there and basically unclogged the gutter and it was fixed. So I think people taking a look at their gutters or hiring a contractor to come out and clean gutters and do roof cleaning. And roof cleaning can be done. We always recommend never pressure washing your roof, wire brush and blow and broom, and then cleaning the gutters. If you wanted to know, the pricing for that is very affordable. You shouldn't spend a ton of money on a full cleaning, a manual cleaning where a person gets up on the clean on the roof and cleans the moss. Should run you anywhere from $850 to $1,100 depending on square footage per building. So if you have 2 buildings, sometimes they'll give a discount on a building, but that and then the gutter cleaning is like $125 to $200 to clean the gutters of the debris. So I mean, you shouldn't spend a ton of money on cleaning, but it's a necessity. I think every year people should get that clean. It protects the life of the roof.
Right. I had a curious question. I had a friend, I have a cousin that's actually moving from California to Colorado, and he called me up and he was really concerned. He said, Tina, what do you do in the snow with the roofs out in Colorado? Do you get up there and like take the snow off your roof? I'm like, no, not if I like my limbs. No, I didn't know. And, but then I realized, I'm like, it's never a problem in Colorado. Well, I read about it. Well, in Colorado, we have steep roofs. We have roofs that are built to grade to handle snow and for the snow to fall off.
Yeah, they have snow brakes. A lot of them put snow brakes. So as the roof slides off, there's little things sticking up that breaks it off so that it doesn't all come sliding off as a block.
Wow.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
right. So would you recommend that for people in Seattle? Because I know you're getting a lot more snow than you have in the last.
I
decade.
would say if you lived up in the North Bend, I've been up to the North Bend area near the mountains, and the metal roofs all have that, or they have an electrical wire along the gutters to melt the snow before it comes down. But yeah, it's not on the sea level. We don't see that. It's just get your roof cleaned so that if it does snow, you don't get compacted with debris and snow.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm up. So here in Colorado, and our show's also here too. We're up. I'm actually almost 7,000 feet above sea level. And so we're getting 48 inches of snow, the next 24 hours. So this is a real big thing. But V, when you're in Seattle and you're making an offer on the home, what conditions do you generally see the roofs in on used homes?
Right now, well, I should say when it's raining, I take a look and see what's happening on the corners where the gutters, the elbows are. And if it's, if you see water pouring down everywhere, it's probably clogged. And so I would suggest that the seller, see if they can get the gutters cleaned and in good condition, ready for the new homeowners. But when it's sunny, you don't see a lot of anything going on. And if they've repainted those gutters or put new ones in, then it's pretty much in good condition. But right now it's been raining, windy, and a lot of leaves and debris have gone into the gutters. If you don't have some kind of protective covering, then, it's probably time to get it clean and get it ready for the better weather.
Right.
And it shows a lot better especially when it's raining and the gutters, are not overflowing. It shows a lot better.
Yeah, when I bought my first house, for whatever reason, we never got up on the roof. We didn't know because we're like first-time home buyers. And I finally went up there to clean the gutters, and I had ecosystems in my gutters, just grass, just moss and worms and birds and everything, just all along my house. It was a brand new house. I was like, oh my God, And so I went up there every year and changed it, But luckily I didn't have moss on my roof. But I remember in Washington State, a lot of my houses had moss, especially if there were trees around. There was a lot of moss on the roof. And the first thing that appraisers did was look at the roof. And if they saw moss on the roof, boom, you had problems. Or if they had something with a chimney, then you had problems.
Yeah, a lot of insurance companies will not insure a house with a lot of moss. So they will people call us, go, I need you to clean it within the next 2 weeks so we can get our homeowners insurance, because it is an issue. So
it's a big issue. Yeah. So when I was doing a lot of loans in Washington, I used to always tell, especially in Lakewood, I used to tell my buyers, please get up there and clean the roof before the appraiser comes out. Because Lakewood had a lot of trees. Yeah.
We're in Washington State. The Northwest is just
evergreen.
Super wet. Evergreen.
We're the evergreen
including
state.
Your roof.
Yes. So here it's not so much, but we go underneath the crawl space and everything here, and a lot of places here have basements. So it's a whole different avenue. So it's not so much roof, but so tell us really quick, because I know we don't have a lot of time left, but V, we want to talk about like the walls and stuff. If you should not fix your roof, what happens to your house?
Water comes dripping down the siding, and what's on the other side, the drywall to your home, and all of a sudden, mold.
Yes.
If you can head it off, a lot of homeowners don't realize if you find a leak on the inside of the house, it's been there for a little while already. It's not like it happened last night. So you do need to check for any growth in your attic and get that remediated. So
okay, yeah, because I know
the inspector will find that.
Yeah, because I know in my my mother's house and in my house, one of my first house I bought down there off of Cloverdale, Rainier Avenue, and my mother's like, let's put what is it called, sunroof or something?
Skylight
in my house, and she just got somebody, I don't know if they were licensed or bonded or whatever, and they cut these beautiful skylights in our house and in her house, and those things dripped the entire 5 feet. The entire, I mean, and I was like, Mom, and these, I don't know if they were bonded or what have you. I'm like, Mom, could you call them back, tell them to come back? And, they did it for super cheap. I think like $300 or something. That was like years ago. And I'm like, yeah, but what happens is, the thousands of dollars that we had to pay to get the roof fixed,
Yeah.
So
yeah, a lot of it is the flashings, and a lot of skylights.
material.
You need a proper installation, the flashings and the roofing around it as well. So yeah.
yes.
Where'd
You
you
ever
go?
see people who've done some crazy, homemade, unlicensed, decorations to their roof?
Yeah. Well, that's exactly right. You don't want to have penetrations if you don't have to. And if you do, have a licensed person so they can layer it properly with the right flashings and replace enough roofing around the skylight. It's not as easy as just cutting a hole and dropping in a curb and putting a skylight. It's not
You would
that
think.
easy.
You would think.
If we install a skylight, it costs you anywhere from $1,800 to $2,500 for a brand new skylight. That's sheeting on the inside and adding in the hole and roofing and everything. Yeah. That's what we charge.
Because I remember there was also a storm there, and we had trees like crazy. And when we got done with the storm, it was one of the biggest storms in Washington. I had 3 tree stumps that actually came through like spears through my roof.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And I was like one of the first people to call in the morning. I had my roofer out there the next day, but other people was like 2 or 3 weeks. So,
Yeah.
But a lot of that happens in Washington State, and you can't predict it.
Yeah, we take care of that all the time. Up in Bainbridge Island, where we do a lot of work, there's a lot of trees, and there are people's neighbors calling them saying, "Hey, you got a branch sticking out of your roof." And a lot of people wouldn't know unless somebody else, the next door neighbor, said it, and we'd go up and we could repair that for sure. Yep.
No, yeah,
one
I
of our
remember.
major windstorms here, we had, I don't know how they all got in there, but all of a sudden our 2-story window had a swarm of ladybugs just covering the upper part of the windows, and who knows how they got in there.
Wow.
It was a windstorm. Yeah, it was the weirdest thing.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Can you
crazy.
fix that?
Lady
Patrick?
Luck. That was Lady Luck.
Oh,
Yeah,
That
you
was
should
Lady
have bought a
Luck.
Dodger ticket. Yeah. So what do you think, then, Patrick, before we leave? Do you think people should just, if there's something wrong with their house, do you think it's a good idea just to have maintenance or somebody come and check your house if it has?
I mean, if your roof is over 15 years old, have it looked at by a roofing contractor. And don't be you might change it. And the one thing I tell my owners all the time is roofing never gets cheaper. So if there is an issue, you can buy yourself a year or so, but plan to change it. Don't try to make it last 25 years. The life of a roof is anywhere from 15 to 20 years. That's really the truthful honesty. If people take care of their roof, they maybe get 25, but if you haven't cared for it and deferred maintenance, then look at planning for a new roof. Unless you can sell it.
There's financing for a new roof too, right?
Yeah.
We do financing so people can get financing as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's a big thing, but so if you're interested, call Patrick up, and it just get some maintenance. Who knows? Who knows? Or you could be avoiding something that's catastrophic. But so Patrick, what number can they call you at?
So they can reach me on my work cell, 425-499-9259, or I got 2 numbers, or 206-356-8851. I think Daniel will put it up on the screen or have it in the comments.
Do you answer your phone, or does somebody else answer for you?
I answer that's my personal line. We have a company line. They can look up roof-tech.net on our website, and they can talk to Monique at the office and get something scheduled as well.
But call him instead. He's better looking.
I'm nicer.
Oh, yeah, that too.
Tina says she'll give us a deal.
Yeah.
She says that she's really good friends with you. And
Absolutely.
So really quick, so do you recommend people getting 2 or 3 bids, or do you just say, hey, listen, I'm it?
Yeah, I mean, when I go out, it depends. If it's a referral, most people just go with us because they're coming with a referral. But you get 2 or 3 bids just to get a feel for the market. If you're getting 6 bids, I say you're a glutton for punishment, because some estimators will stay with you for 3 hours. I'm typically 35 minutes, 40 minutes to measure and go through the process. And then I leave an estimate with them, and they can call me when they're ready, or if they're ready to go right there, I can go ahead and get them scheduled. So it's not a high pressure for me, but you got different people in the industry, different marketing strategies. So just be aware. I always say be aware. You're a glutton for punishment if you want 6 bids.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want 6 bids, just ask for the real estate and money discount from Patrick, and he will make sure.
Right.
There you go.
Absolutely.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. So do we have any announcements, V?
I don't have any. Do you? Besides this upcoming snow forecast, blizzard?
Yes. Yes. But yeah, we've got 0 to 48 inches of snow in the next, 48 hours. So anybody, who's in Colorado, stay safe, stay warm, get inside.
I think here we're going to reach up to what, 79?
Yeah, we could get up a
80?
heat wave that comes through. Yep.
By the end of the week.
Oh, you're still in our sunshine. Okay.
We are still in your sunshine. So thank you very much.
Okay. Well, anyways, thank you everybody for joining us. And Patrick, thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Patrick.
Yep.
Thank you, Tina. Thank you, everyone, for bearing with us on this slow-mo kind of day.
You're fine.
All right. Bye now. See you next week.
Mm-hmm.
You've been listening to Real Estate and Money with your hosts, Violeta Strash and Tina Lombard. For more information, call 206-717-4490. That's 206-717-4490. Go to the Rainier Avenue Radio.world website to find the Real Estate and Money schedule, or tune into our live show every Tuesday afternoon from 2:30 to 3. We will help you find your dream home.